Hello, everybody. Brad Pointer here with another reaction to a Rush song that I have definitely heard before. I listened to this song countless times when I was trying to learn how to play the overture. And then I was trying, well, and I was, no, I was trying to play Temples of Syrinx. I gave up on the overture, but the Temples of Syrinx, we were playing that in one of the first things that I played with people. And they said, "Hey, we want to play 2112." And I was like, "Okay, what's that?" And then they showed me, and I was like, "I've been playing bass for about a year, maybe two. Yeah, I think it was about a year at that point, maybe a year and a half." And they said, "Here, this is the song." And they queued it up, and it went pew, 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 and I was like, "Okay, I'm on board." And then the bass line kicked in, and I was like, "Okay, I'll try my best." And I ended up doing it. But for Temples of Syrinx, of course. Now, uh, this album from Rush, this was the album that made them. I will say this, and in many ways, um, they they decided, the record company, after Caress of Steel came out, the record company was like, "Hey guys, how about instead of that, whatever that was, instead of big long, 40-minute songs or whatever, let's do something different, and let's, do something a little bit more radio friendly." And Rush was like, "Huh, well, we can either do that and hate ourselves, or we can do what we want to do, and then if it fails, then they can give us the boot, then it was a good ride." Well, as you know, it did not fail, and they stayed true to themselves and won, and that's a real story in the real world. They stuck to their artistic values, and they triumphed and had a long and illustrious, well, a long and very fruitful career that spanned decades, genres, and God knows what else. Just a great thing. So, I'm excited to hear this because pew, pew. Let's do it. was what was known as the overture, or what is known as the overture. That's what it's called. Now, to me, it is a representation of the world of that the temples are living in. You know, the future Earth that it's kind of, because you can tell it's kind of the same style as the Temple of Syrinx in places. You know, I mean, it's not the same. It's not quoting it. It's not reprising it or any of that, but it is, you know, in that same, you know, tempo and feel and everything, as opposed to some of the rest of it. This, to me, is setting up the world building of, you know, putting your mind in the place of the temples of Syrinx. And, you know, wherever you ended up, that's where you were supposed to be. And the meek shall inherit the earth. Now, in this part of the song, this is kind of contentious at this part in the world that we live in today, but uh, the temples of Syrinx are dedicated to people being equal. And to that end, they regulate everything that you hear, the songs you sing, you know, the pictures, you know, the media. They control everything in a Big Brother esque kind of way to make sure that everyone is equal, and that's their stock in trade. That's what they say. Equality, our stock in trade. So that's what they do. And sorry, my stomach really likes this song and would probably like a donut. But anyway, we are at the point now at the end of the Temples of Syrinx where they've explained their world and how perfect it is. And now we're going to the discovery. And this is how you tune a guitar, by the way, which I thought was awesome the first time I heard it, because I was like, is he just tuning? Like, in the middle of the song? What?
What can this strange device be? When I touch it, it gives forth a sound. It's got wires that vibrate and give music. What can this thing be that I've found? See how it sings like a sad heart and joyously screams out its pain. Sounds that build high like a mountain on notes that fall gently like rain. I can't wait to share this new wonder. The people will all see its light. Let them all make their own music. The priest praise my name on this night.
So, he has found this thing that the elder race had left behind. He found it, he picked it up, he tuned it. He's obviously a prodigy of, significant level, because he found it, knew how to tune it. Also, wherever he found it by this stream, and it had strings on it still, after however long it had been, it must have been in a case, is all I'm thinking. And it must have been a really good case. I mean, that thing must have been like... But anyway, he says, yes, I'm so excited. I found this thing. I'm going to go share this with the priests at the temple, because the world needs to have this. It's a thing that the world needs, because I picked this thing up and I can play it like nobody's business. And so everybody needs to pick one of these up and play it like nobody's business, and they can make their own music, and it'll be beautiful, and everybody can do their own thing.
I know it's most unusual to come before you so, but I found an ancient miracle I thought that you should know.
Check out I'm Wrecking It.
Listen to my music and hear what it can do. There's something here as strong as life. I know that
he's like, man, see, look, I'm shredding over here. This is awesome. Everybody can do this. It'll be great. I know that you can see the value of this.
Yes, we know it's nothing new, just a waste of time. Not no need for ancient ways, the world is doing fine. Another toy, help destroy, now the race of man. Forget about your silly web, it doesn't fit the plan.
And they're like, nah, Chief, we know all about this. This is part of what caused the elder race to go away. This was part of their downfall, was, the fact that everybody was doing their own thing and, making their own music and being, hippies. That was their, that's what they're thinking. Or I don't know, maybe not what they're thinking, but they're saying, everybody's doing their own thing. We can't have that because, we're all about the equality, and not everybody's going to be able to pick up that guitar and play it like you did. And they know this, because they're the priests of the Temple of the Syrinx, and they know all the band things, and this is a band thing, and so they say, okay, nah.
I can't believe you're saying these things just can't be true. Our world could use this beauty. Just think what we might do. Listen to
I want to know who he got to play the bass. Somebody must have found a bass too, because he's like, hey, help me out here.
my music. Hear what it can do. There's something here that's as strong as life. I know that it will reach you. Don't deny us further.
Yeah, don't annoy us.
Just think about the average. What use have they for you? Another toy will help destroy the elder race of man. Forget about your silly whim. It doesn't fit the
And then they destroy it right here. And then, well, the reprise of the Temples of Syrinx theme there was pretty cool. I love the way they do that in that part of the song. It's just very, yeah, let's get it. But they destroyed the guitar, and so now Homeboy's gonna have to go home and be sad. This is kind of the ethereal memory of his guitar sound in my mind. It's very, squishy sounding, and so it's like a memory that he's trying to remember.
Through silent streets and fell into a fitful escape to realms beyond the night. Dream, can't you show me light? I stand atop a spiral stair, and Morocco confronts me there. He leads me on light years away through astral nights, galactic days. I see the works of gifted hands that grace the strange and wondrous land. I see the hands of men arise with hungry mind and open eyes. They left our planets long ago. The elder race still learn and grow. Their power grows with purpose strong to claim the home where they belong. Home to tear the temples down. Home to change.
So he has this dream, and in his dream there are people, and they're making things with their own things, with their own hands. They're making their music, they're making, all these wondrous things where with the power of their own individual creativity. And they're growing, and they had left the planet to grow more. They went out, they were like, yeah, let's go chill out, leave these losers behind, and we'll go chill out in the stars. And so, but in his dream, he's like, they're coming back, and they're going to come home, and they're going to tear the temples down. And when he wakes up, he's like, goes and sits back down by the river, still trying to remember what his guitar sounded like.
The sleep is still in my eyes. The dream is still in my head. I heave a sigh and sadly smile and lie a while in bed. I wish that it might come to pass, not fade like all my dreams.
He doesn't believe the dream.
Just think of what my life might be in a world like I have seen. I don't think I can carry on this cold and empty life.
If I can't be a rock star, dude's like, if I can't be a rock star, then I don't want to do this anymore. Takes his own life. Very stark. When I first, realized what this song was about, I was like, whoa, crazy, man. idiots in the Solar Federation better watch out. And the guys in the temple are like, are we in the Solar Federation? They're like, I think so, maybe. Do you think so? I don't know. Are we? Somebody ask Pete. But yeah. So politics aside, I mean, it's just one of those cautionary tales, you know. Give too much power to anybody, regardless of the good intent, and things are going to go south. I mean, it's just, you know, no matter which side you give the power to, too much power is going to be bad. You know, they control people too much, you know, and they all want it. Both sides, far right, far left, you know. Shit, even even the people in the middle. But anyway, so it's a great song. You can't, even if you don't agree with the theme of the song, or you know don't want to see what that's about. That's okay, you know, because it's still a great song, man. I mean, some of those things, and just the fact of, you know, hey, we're doing what we want to do, you know. And in the time of the 70s, and you know, the peace movement, and you know, all those things that were happening, and this is kind of the 70s, which were, you know, oh wow, you know, we're starting to realize, wake up from that dream, and see what we can do. But anyway, it's just a great song. The fact that they decided to express themselves like this, you know, kind of in spite of everything that the people who were basically paying them to do it wanted. You know, they're like, you know, we're gonna be artists. Artists gonna art. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. That was a long one, and I appreciate you guys going through it with me. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.